Hi friends, I'm so happy to see you again. Last time we were together, we got to read a book called It's Not Easy Being a Bunny. Do you remember what happened in that book? Right, there was a bunny that decided he didn't want to be a bunny anymore. So he tried to be lots of other animals, but they didn't really work out. And then at the end, do you know what he decided? He decided that he did want to be a bunny after all. He just needed a break. Today, we're going to talk about a different animal. This animal is like a bunny because bunnies can live inside as pets and they can live outside as pets or as wild animals. So this animal is just like that. It was also in our book, and it starts with the letter B, just like bunny. So let's think. B, b, b. What animal was in our book, started with the letter B, 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 like bunny, and can be a pet and a wild animal? There were bear in our book. That starts with B, 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 bear. And do you think that a bear could live inside as a pet? That's probably not a very good idea. So it's not a bear. We're not going to talk about bear today. There was a beaver in our book. I don't know anyone that has ever had a beaver as a pet. So it's not a beaver. And there were birds. Birds are what we're going to talk about today. Birds can live inside as pets. They can live outside as pets. Or they can live as wild animals, something that's not a pet. So birds are what we're going to talk about today. There are all kinds of different birds. There are big birds and little teeny tiny birds. There are birds that are different colors, birds that live on farms, birds that live where it's really cold. Do you know a bird that lives where it's really cold? They kind of waddle, they swim, they're black and white, and these birds don't fly. It's a penguin. Penguins are a type of bird that lives where it's really cold. So we're going to talk about all kinds of different birds. All right? A bird can be identified, or you can figure out what bird is by characteristics. Characteristic is something that is a part of that animal. So birds all have wings. They all have beaks they use to eat their food with. They all have 2 legs. They all have feathers. And they all lay eggs. So I am going to show you a super cool picture from a magazine I've been getting that I wanted to share with you guys at school. But since I can't share it at school, I'll share it with you in our video. So I'm getting these super cool magazines with pictures in them. So here is a picture of a bird. Do you see its beak? I'm going to prop this up so you guys can see. Do you see its beak? This bird has a long, skinny beak. It's hard to see its wings because they're tucked along the side of its body. It has wings right here and right here. It has 2 tiny legs. It is covered in feathers, and we're going to talk about its eggs. So this bird we have birds like it here, but not the same kind of bird, is a bee hummingbird. It is the world's smallest bird. This bird is about as long as your thumb. Hold your thumb up. Look at your thumb. That's pretty little. It's about as long as your thumb. All right. This bird's nest is about the size of a quarter. So here's a quarter. Somebody at home might have a quarter you can look at and see. That's a really tiny nest. See how it fits in my fingers? And their eggs are about the size of a pea. That's really small. Can you imagine how tiny the babies are that hatch out of those little eggs? That's crazy. So this is a bee hummingbird, and we know it's a bird because it has 2 legs, wings, a beak, feathers, and it lays eggs. I'm going to take you outside to check out a pet bird that I have. Okay, ready to go? I have 5 pet birds outside, and I'm gonna have you guys guess what kind of bird it is. What kind of bird do you think it could be? See if I can get them to come. Here. Oh, I found them. I'm giving them crackers as treats so they'll come and visit. Come here. Come here. I'm going to turn my video around. What kind of bird is that? They're coming for treats. It's a chicken. Chickens have a beak, wings, feathers, 2 legs, and I'm going to show you their eggs. They really like those crackers. All right. I'm going to reach into the chicken coop where they live. Wow. I have 5 chickens, and all of them are girls, so they have laid 5 eggs. I'm going to bring our eggs back inside for us to look at. Here's what they look like. You might have chicken eggs in your fridge. Lots of people eat chicken eggs for breakfast. We put eggs inside of the food that we make, like cakes and cookies. Need eggs. All right, here's one egg they laid this morning, and it is really big. I'm gonna hold it up to another chicken egg so you can see. Here is this chicken egg, and here's another chicken egg. This is what size they usually are. And this is the one that they laid this morning. That's such a huge egg. So that's gonna be really cool. So we know that chickens are birds because they have 2 legs, wings, feathers, a beak, and they lay eggs. All right, I'm gonna take you back outside to show you something else super cool. And I want you to look at, before we go, how big this chicken egg is. This is a chicken egg, and this is the size of that bee hummingbird that we talked about. These are the size of eggs they lay. Wow! Look how much bigger a chicken egg is. Outside we go one more time. This time I'm going to show you some eggs that belong to a different bird that is not a pet. These eggs are in a nest in a bush beside my house. Let's see if you can see them. Here are the eggs. Let's see if we can peek inside carefully. Wow! Do you see that ant crawling on them? You can tell how tiny they are. Look at that ant and look at it crawling on those eggs. They're really small. Birds in the trees. I have one more bird to show you. This is another bird I keep as a pet, and I just got them after they hatched from their eggs. So they were really tiny, and now they're just about ready to go outside and join the chickens. So these birds they're called quail. Do you see how tiny they are? A lot smaller than chickens, but I'm sure they're bigger than those bee hummingbirds that we talked about. Can you tell me how you know that they are birds? Right, they have a beak, they have wings, they have feathers, they have 2 legs, and pretty soon they'll start laying eggs. They're really cool. I can't wait. Their eggs are going to be a lot smaller than chicken eggs. They're going to be tiny, but you can still eat them just like chicken eggs. You guys learned so much about birds today. I'm going to teach you one more thing that you can do so that you can go out and find birds at your house. Maybe in your yard. Maybe you can go for a walk. Sometimes you can even just look through the window. So some people, when they bird watch, they use binoculars. So if you don't know what binoculars are, use them on your eyes, like we pretend when we're going on a bear hunt. I've got my binoculars, and they help you see things that are farther away. So, you could use 2 toilet paper rolls, looks silly, as your binoculars. You could glue them together or tape them together. You could use a stapler if you had it. And then you could decorate them, maybe paint, stickers. You could color them with markers. And then use some string, put some holes on the end, or tape it, staple it, tie it around. And you can use them to go look for birds. How will you know it's a bird? If it has a beak, wings, feathers, 2 feet, and maybe, if you're lucky and very careful, you could go see some bird eggs. Be really neat. Well, I'm so happy I got to share my pets with you today. I'm so happy that you learned about birds, that you can go look for all different colors and sizes of birds outside at your house and enjoy getting outside. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoy. I miss you. Bye.